Welcome back to Christo's Cafe, everybody. I am TheOneChristo, and today we are talking about Northern Realms. So what's been going on this month? I've actually, been putting some effort into climbing, getting my MMR up there, and we passed 10K a week or two ago. So I've kind of been going through the different decks that have made or given me some success this season. So we covered monsters, we covered Skellige, and this week we jump into Northern Realms. I don't think I'm going to do a fourth one. The fourth deck I was using is Scoia'tael, and it is actually just Condor's Precision Strike Devotion deck. So you can find that out there on the web or on Ladder. I might even link it in the description below, so you can have all of my lists in one spot. But people have been asking about it, so I figured I would go ahead and throw it out there. Again, it's nothing special. It's got a few little tweaks to it. This Shieldwall deck actually brought to you by Ian, the captain of the Bandit Gang Pro Team. He popped by my channel one day and threw this over to me. I've been giving it a go since and have liked it very much. We topped off around like 2480, 2490, still playing. So hopefully we'll crack the 2500 mark with this deck as well. We're just not quite there yet. So let's jump into the deck, take a look. After that, we're going to go into a couple games. We've got, I believe it's Overwhelming Hunger and then a Shieldwall Mirror. So a couple meta decks that you're going to see this deck could go up against and give you a little bit of an idea of how to play it. So let's jump in, walk through the cards, and go from there. So we've got our Shieldwall with Engineering Solution. I do like the shield because it gives you a few options, and I will get into why as we go down the list. Amphibious Assault, obviously this is a Devotion deck, so we won't see Oneiromancy, but you're going to have Assault. You're going to have the usual staples in the Shieldwall deck. You're going to see Veraxis, you're going to see Falibor, Baron, Ansaeus, Donamir, Selkirk. And then you hit Rayla and you go, what? So Black Rayla's in this deck. This is basically what you'll see instead of the Visigoda that you'll normally get. Visigoda range locked, 3 for 8 and gains charges whenever a card is played. Rayla, 5 for 8, deals 2 damage when inspired, and she has a cooldown of 1. But the beauty of Rayla and why I actually like this deck over using Visigoda is the fact that Rayla is a lot more flexible. So Visigoda has to pretty much be shielded and has to be in the back row. Always has to have Donamir kind of next to him to protect him because he's a little bit fragile at the 3 power. So I like Rayla because she's still great in the long round, can still do 2 damage a turn, but you can drop her down in round 1 if you want. You can really use her whenever you need, and that's why I like the Engineering Solution. Been a few games where I drop Rayla down, slap Solution onto her, that gives her the boost, so she gets the inspired damage bonus. That also will go ahead and protect her with the shield. So I find a ton of flexibility with Black Rayla, and I like having her in the deck quite a bit. So she is what is taking that 8 provision spot. Natalis, again, the tutor, you only have AA and Boiling Oil, so be careful. He can brick later, and a 2-point play is really brutal in round 3. We got the usual. We've got Anna. We only have one frigate. There's a little bit of some tweaks kind of down below, so that's why you're only going to see the one frigate in this deck. That being said, it's not the end of the world. You just have to be careful. Lots of Curse of Corruptions, things like that are running around. So if you go frigate from AA, or if you go and throw your Engineering Solution on it, be careful. It can very easily just get removed. You've got Boiling Oil as your 1 5-point removal. You've got 2 drummers. You've got a Carrick City Guard. This guard is useful in a variety of matchups. If you run into something like Kelly and you want to move a defender, you want to move Kelly, that's always an option. So a lot of fun stuff here you can do with the move. Keep in mind the move is an order though. Needs to hit the board and stick around for that to happen. Siege support. So this is what you're going to use to give Selkirk Zeal about 90% of the time. That is what it's here for. You can go grab it with AA. Drops it as a 9-point play plus the boost. So a 10-point play plus the Zeal can be real valuable. Trident Infantry, obviously, to synergize with Anna and the drummers. You got Siege Ladder. Without Visigoda in the deck, people were asking, does Siege Ladder really still need to be here? But it's still a great option for Selkirk, and it's a great option for Rayla as well. Every once in a while, you'll get a deck that will move Rayla out of the way, and going and throwing her right back is very nice. You got the 2 Dun Banners, so line these guys up next to Anna, next to the drummer. Use your Royal Guard to boost it. You've got lots of options there as well to get these guys the inspiration they need to summon the other card from the deck. Royal Guard, Carrick Marine, Like I said, pretty standard deck. Rayla being the one big change you'll see over Visigoda, and I like that change a lot just from a flexibility perspective. It has done really well for me. I think most people are expecting Viz, and when you see Rayla, it changes their mentality and changes how they're going to play against you a little bit. So give this deck a go. Let me know what you think. You can find me Twitter, Discord, all that jazz. I'll throw the links in the description below. You can find me on Twitch Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday normally. So come drop by twitch.tv/TheOneChristo and let me know what you think. I'm pumped for the expansion to come out. I know there's only probably a couple days for you to use this deck before the patch, the expansion, and all of that goes live. But enjoy it in the meantime, and hopefully it can help you get that MMR you're looking for. Hope, honestly, I didn't think I ever could as well, and it was a little bit easier than I expected it to be entirely honest. It was not all that, surprisingly not all that complicated. But the thing was too, the main problem, I say problem, but the main thing you have to realize is it just takes a fucking shit ton of games, like a lot of games. And that was why, that was the problem I ran into, is I just never played enough games because I couldn't be bothered. Like even though I stream pretty regularly, I would never get to above 250 games normally. And 250 games is kind of where you need to be to, yo, Trasher, what's up? And like, I'm probably running around not too far from 500, I would say, this month. That's just quick math, like, I don't know for sure, but. Been good? Excellent, I'm glad to hear that. So I can't figure out Syndicate. So mine are Skoya, Northern Realms, Monsters, and Skellige. Descending order. The games are going alright, Vades. I mean, I lost the first two, so not so hot, but I was on peak. Now I am not. So this is gonna be Devotion, right? Because he's gonna drop Frost on me right now? Yeah, that's fine. That is perfectly fine. So, yeah, yesterday was great with Skoya. Putting some Skoya points on the board. Today, slightly less great, but these things happen. Just don't maroon on my drummer. Actually, I've been having a lot of fun with Shieldwall and playing Rayla in it and setting up Falibor. It's fun. So that's the thing about Nilfgaard, is that the traditional bad matchups actually end up being okay matchups, and the matchups they should win, they just lose. So it's extremely difficult to play as, because it gets frustrating. Because there are certain matchups you line up against, and you're just like, oh, this should be an easy win for me, and it's definitely not. 50-50. Just take my volunteer. For the love of God, take my volunteer. Oh, thank Christ. I might have otherwise just conceded out of absolute frustration at that point. You destroyed Patricidal Fury with Enslaved the other day. I feel like Skellige over this past season has gotten worse with time. I feel like they have a harder time winning round 1 than they used to. And that puts him in a shitty situation in the future to not be able to actually keep up. That's just my feel of it. Like, I could also be wrong, but that's just how it kind of feels on my side of things. You're probably just thinning your deck at this point. Like, this isn't even growing. I'm just gonna run out of space in the back row. Oh yeah, that definitely seems interesting. I am thoroughly interested in to see how some of these new cards pan out, because I think they're going to be really, really good. Yeah, totally. They can have strong bleed defense. The thing is, once you bleed their leader out of them in round 2, it starts to become problematic. And this is not exactly ideal. Everything I want to do is really low tempo. I think this is probably okay, but still kind of on the low tempo side of things. My favorite card so far, I'm really excited to play the the Skellige, not Skellige, sorry, Scoia'tael movement stuff. I just fucked myself, didn't I? I get 1.2345. Do I just have to drop Anseas here to win that? I mean, Baron could also be okay. Right, if we go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, then reduce that. Baron might be okay. Yeah, maybe I could have done infantry and boiling oil, because in reality I don't give it, like, I'm not gonna bleed them, right? This I actually want to kind of keep. Rayla's good. Defender on the front row with Rayla means I can probably actually ditch the siege support. Something else that I really like is today's today's Skellige card, the one that units on the same row and opposite rows can't boost. That thing is going to be nasty. I actually have to worry about his movement, right? Because he's gonna probably move something to the back row. That's fine, he's gonna thin anyway because he has the cards for it. But yeah, the Skellige bear they released today looks absolutely shenanigan worthy. Playing Ghoul. That's interesting. Not gonna consume the Foglet though? Interesting. Okay, so what do we want? We want those two badly. This is why I hate playing Northern Realms. I just could not draw. Like, I actually don't want this. That's better. I can't draw gold cards half the time. I remember when Shieldwall first came out and everybody was super pumped about how broken it was. And like my first 3 games I played, I didn't draw Varaxis or Anseas and was just sad the whole time. I don't understand why this is so good. I don't ever draw gold cards. You haunt, just straight up haunt. Then we straight up boiling oil that. Yo, Tanbur, how you doing? How are you, friend? I think just to protect against Manticore, which is an option, I think we just go infantry first. And let him do whatever he'd like to do to it. If he goes Larva, actually we might just Falibor. It's weird that he would go Haunt this early, though. We can actually go infantry. Why? I'm just mixing things up. I actually really like Black Rayla. So my problem with Viz. My problem with Viz is he's only good in a long round behind the defender with a shield on him. And Rayla is good in round 1, is good in round 3. She can be good kind of all the time. Which is why I like her. It was Ian, our Bandit Gang's captain of the pro team. He came up with this list and had Rayla in there, and it sets up Falibor really nicely too. So it gives you some fun options, that's all. The fact that he's dropping this now, again, it makes me wonder if he has a if he's got his movement card in his hand. We're gonna frost the front row, which is obnoxious, but not the end of the world, I don't think. Because I mean, Well, Tanver, honestly, I was at peak before I started. I lost my first 2 games, but I was at like 2480 something, so I felt pretty good about it. I'm not terribly worried about removal, so I think I do just sit in the front row. The shield will absorb the damage. Then we drop Anna in between, we give a little buff to her, we squeeze Rayla in next to her, and then we can start going with our other shenanigans. So yeah, overall, honestly, yeah, there's a... Which, like, that's a weird play. I understand that thing dies, and like, I would rather it not die, but it's really not the end of the world to me, I don't think. Though it makes Selkirk slightly more awkward. And the other thing, yeah, Rayla sets up a really nice fallow board typically. Is just wondering if I get her out now or if I just do this. Because now I'm gonna have to put 2 things on the front row without proper like boosts and whatnot. Though he shouldn't have a shit ton of removal, so it probably isn't all that bad. Okay, cool. You keep playing on all the rows. I don't really mind, I don't think that much. I think I just need to get her rolling. He'll have Ardgaeth, which he will, I'm sure, drop at some point very soon. You should actually drop it now, because that'll grow this thing. Otherwise, I really want to just Alabor that. We can also go, there it is. We can also go Marine to boost her back up, which actually might be the play here. Right, we do this, we do that. That keeps her rolling on both sides. We'll put this down to a 3. I think doesn't bother me all that much. I don't have a proper 2 for Falibor, which is a bit annoying. Right, because hitting that with a 3. I mean, I can do 3, 2, 1. I don't trust these guys that sometimes play Glusty and stuff, so we'll just do that in case. Because that's gonna take the armor shot. We can actually get the Marine out to boost this again and do more damage. Probably should have put her behind the defender. Not loving the direction I took this exactly. I don't like my sequencing because I could have greeted and Sace in the back row, and now I cannot. Black Rayla, that is correct, Dream Boy. Just getting on the Rayla train before her big syndicate release. Oh, that's actually quite nice. Thank you for dropping that. Yeah, not druggy Rayla. It's totally fine. Okay, so we kill this, right? Too bad he waited till last to get Varaxis out. You do that. And we do that just for shits. Okay, okay.
Ooh, what a lovely tea party.
Back on the horse. Us going first here just means we have to like hustle, right, to get shit rolling. But based on this hand, we actually seem to be kind of okay. Probably don't need that. Movement's gonna be helpful to move Donamir in the long run, I think. Like Baron's sort of questionable in this round. This might actually not be helpful this round. Or we just dual Donamir. Alibor, also good. Oh, we could have actually bricked Natalis, so I'm glad we didn't. So I also, side note around Rayla, really like this going first in this matchup. Stop with the striptease, House. It's House's birthday, everybody. Wish House a happy birthday. He wished for a striptease. I told him no. Maybe for Christmas. We'll see. We'll see if you're a good boy. But I like this matchup because I like dropping Rayla with the shield on it. Oh god, what is this guy fucking playing with a Dahlia? Is it just a Dahlia into a boat? Because I don't mind that much. A Dahlia into a boat's not that bad. But yeah, I like dropping Rayla with the shield on her. That means I don't have to use a leader ability. Getting the boat out with AA means I don't have to protect it either, really. And I get another engine out to do some damage. Is he going to get a boiling oil? Cocksucker. You're really slowing me down here, buddy. You are really slowing me down. I had shit to do. I was all planned out, and you had to go fuck it up. I mean, he blew a Dahlia. We haven't had that be much of an issue. You get a drummer too, so we probably end up killing that drummer. We might go with Natalis first, really. We stay comfortably ahead here. We click that. The only ugly part about it is, well, we can also Natalis the Adalia, just getting boiling oil. Oh, that thing gets boiling oil. Herd. Super herd. Perfect. And that thing, we make you play another soldier up here. We click on the boat. We're very much happy with life. We have to get the Dun Banner out next. It's gonna actually clog up the row pretty bad, which is unfortunate. But I don't want to have to commit anything else big to win the round. What's up, Charles? How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We were messing around with some black Rayla, non-druggy Rayla version of this deck, which so far so good. The Fallen Rayla card actually looks really interesting as well. I'm trying to figure out what the like optimal sequencing would be on her. Like, I'm not convinced I know exactly what it is, to be entirely honest. I'm very curious as to how you would work her out to be the most effective possible. Just chilling, awesome. This is actually good, assuming we actually draw Selkirk, right? Keeping it in hand is like somewhat questionable because we don't have any dueling units, which is kind of balls, but... Oh, speak of the devil, there is Mr. Selkirk. Do I just pass here, or do I just kick the Dun Banner because I don't care that much? I won games with Wretched Addict? What? I mean, we AA for that. We really aren't missing much. I wonder if we can bleed here, if we can legitimately bleed. Like, I say it as if it's a good idea. It's truly not, but it might be okay. It might be okay. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do this, and we're gonna see what he plays. I don't actually care about losing that. Putting a defender and then going to grab a Dahlia, not Dahlia, Anna. So there's that boat we didn't see in round 1, but he used a Dahlia to copy. Where's my boiling oil now? Yeah, okay, so that's the one, because there is currently some, very little, but some self-poison stuff in the game. But I just think it's interesting that people are talking about self-poison, and it currently exists. It's not very good, but it currently exists in the game. So I won my last matchup against Shieldwall by bleeding round 2. Not bleeding, actually, by 2-0ing. Because what happens often is they do not necessarily draw all that well. And when you have a handful of everything you could possibly ever want, you can just kind of roll with it and do fine. Is sort of my previous expectation, or my what I've previously seen happen. Because the shield on Donamir is actually problematic to remove. Like Falibor is actually going to be quite large here as well. Might want to kill like the drummer and then the frigate, probably, possibly. I mean, technically, I guess the frigate first is more important. It's 2 points a turn, and that's 1. And then Falibor hurts pretty good too. He's gonna need to commit something like an actual dueling card at some point. But we do not like that. Not one bit. Makes you wonder actually if killing siege support makes sense at this point. Because that's just him screaming for a dueling unit. Yo, Weisenberg, what's up? We do not like Anna either. And no sequel as well. It is a full house today. Weisenberg, welcome. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to Christo's Cafe. So I was saying earlier that winning, Visigoda with the shield's a bit of a pain in the ass. I want to see what he buffs because Bloody Baron here is actually pretty funny. But I won my last game against Shieldwall by 2-0ing them because I had a stellar hand pretty much. So let's say I don't know why he dropped this. Oh, he wanted that to get boosted because he turned his boat off. So he can't kill Donamir. He kills, let's say, Selkirk with a 7-on-7, right? So it's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points. 11 points is 50. Maybe I should have boosted that actually to add the bleed to it. Yes, sir. End of season grind. It's exactly that. I've been competing with Flake to see who can end. Oh, that's entirely my bad. I forgot to click. And Donamir. Is that going to be enough for him? If it is, I'm just not in a good mood, but it's definitely not. So he has to play anyway, which is Bloody Baron as well. So the problem is if he draws Varaxis and Anseus, we're in a really bad spot. I mean, if we don't draw Anseus, we're also in a really bad spot. We have 2 leader charges, though he has none, so that's actually a pretty decent situation. These guys are kind of trash, but anything other than these 3 cards is actually quite good. So yeah, I've been competing back and forth with Flake to see who can end up with the highest. Oh, give me Anseus, please, 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 please. Oh gosh. I thought he was gonna play Varaxis there as well, Trasher. This is not what I want to see here. I mean, if he has Anseus Varaxis, we just lose. Like, it is what it is. I'm trying to think of what else he could play that I would want to kill, but I think the bow needs to die to a little Anseus plus shield. Because that's going to produce 2 a turn, theoretically. Oh, Christ. I mean, he could also just have the Marine. But I mean, if out of the 7 cards he drew, his 2 golds he had left, then... Oh, okay. Whew, whew, whew.
Oh, what a lovely tea party. Oh, what a lovely tea party.